All right. So in the following videos, I'm going to be working a bunch with Web3. Okay. So Web3 JS, essentially what it allows us to do, it's that it allows us to interact with our MetaMask or with our customers' MetaMasks on our front end and connect it to on the front end and connect it to our contracts, connect it to the network that we have on our Ethereum network and allow transactions to run and function that way. Okay, so we actually leverage quite often in this course the Ethereum JavaScript, the Web3 GS, the Web3 JS Ethereum JavaScript API. Okay, now you're going to see me coding out Web3 in order to access our mock tether and to load up our blockchain data and to run and attach it to our state. And that's fine if you're not sure what that means yet, because we're going to be looking at it. But the point isn't that. The point is that, just in case you're wondering, well, how is he coming up with all this stuff? Well, it's not out of thin air. First of all, we're reverse engineering from what Greg built out. And I really want to encourage you, as a guide on your journey through coding, to always go to the docs. Always go to the docs. I mean, that's how you're really going to learn, take it to the next level. You go to the docs, and that's the best way to find out exactly what to write out. So if we go to our API reference here and we look at web3.eth.contract, okay, we actually get to see different models and patterns of how we can actually get our contract. And we see we do that with web3eth.contract. And they say here, the object makes it easy to interact with smart contracts on the Ethereum blockchain. And that's what we want, right? On our front end, we want to be interacting with our smart contracts on the Ethereum blockchain. So when we create a new contract object, we give it in the JSON interface, right? And then from there, Web3 automatically converts our calls into these low-level ABI calls over RPC for us. So this is what's going to essentially be able for us to take those JSON files that we created and then convert them into these low-level ABI calls. And we see here that we have different ways to do that. So we can make a new object. So we can make a new contract by bringing in new Web3 ETH contract JSON interface, and then we can bring in an array with address and options. Okay, we see that. And then they go into letting us know about the parameters. So address string is optional, options, the object is optional, transactions, returns, and then they give us examples. So contract over here. So you're in the contract, you have an address from another address. We see gas price, default gas price, and there's an example right there. And there we have an example. So this provides us a blueprint for working with our Web3. So okay, so again, if you're looking at this and this looks very confusing, I'm going to be implementing these lines of code one by one together. So if you have any takeaway from this, it's just remember, go to the docs. Always go to the docs. The more you read the documentation, the better you're going to get at understanding how all these things come together.